Alright, what's up? It's currently 10:50 p.m. and I'm finally doing the Q&A that I said I would do at 10K followers Instagram. Currently at 16.9K, so I'm a little eensy late, but it's okay. So, got them all loaded up on my computer. I'm gonna go through them. First question, what is your motivation for going to the gym every day, and also your inspiration? Inspiration, I guess, would be David Lade. I'd consider him my biggest inspiration because I started watching him when I was around 13 or 14. And I remember specifically I didn't know basically anything about lifting, but I remember I used to eat very clean. I thought eating healthy foods would for some reason translate to building strength and size, looking better, but then I started watching David Lade, and he would talk about caloric surplus, progressive overload, macronutrients. He would just talk about all that stuff, so that really taught me a lot of what I know now, and it really got me started actually building muscle. So I'd say he's my inspiration. My motivation, I'd say I could put into a couple things. There's obviously self-motivation, just to get bigger, to look better, to keep progressing. I see small differences in like muscles when you train them, keeps me motivated. Like I've been seeing my front delts coming out more. That's motivating me to keep on training, working. And then there's also the motivation I get from social media, because I see that people like what I post and they like seeing my workouts, so that motivates me to keep on working. All right, next question is how to reduce side fat. So they're basically asking me how to reduce love handle fat, but you can't remove fat from one part of your body. It's really physically impossible. You lose fat from all over your body. Some people genetically hold fat in one place more compared to the other. So when you lose fat, sadly, yes, fat will come off everywhere at the same time, but it's gonna end up coming off the spot where you hold it the most, the last. So you're just gonna have to lose body fat in general by being in a caloric deficit. And over time, you will lose fat from every area, including your sides. All right, next one is, should I use creatine? Yes, there's literally no reason not to use creatine. What creatine does is it takes the water you drink and it puts it inside of your muscles, so it makes them look a little bigger, perform a little better. So as long as you're drinking enough water and you're giving your body enough water, since creatine is using extra water, then there's no reason not to use creatine. It's just gonna increase performance, make you look a little bigger. No reason not to take it. Did anyone ever tell you to stop lifting, or were they all supportive? I don't think anyone ever told me to stop lifting, because I don't know why anyone would ever say that, but not everyone's was supportive, and I don't think everyone's always going to be supportive, because some people just aren't going to understand what you're doing. Like, I went from never caring about fitness to eating a certain way, going to the gym 6 days a week, constantly talking about the gym. Like, there are just some people that are going to find what you're doing weird, and they're not going to be supportive. They may think you're getting cocky all of a sudden, or he doesn't even do the same things anymore, he just lifts. In the end of the day, you have to do what makes you happy. It doesn't matter if everyone's going to be supportive. It matters that you do what you want. Hi, you are so cute. I like you. I don't like you. I'm sorry. Best way for a girl to gain mass and lift heavier. The exact same way I'd say for a guy. Progressive overload. Lift heavy. Every single time you get into the gym, try to progress your lifts by 5 pounds. Focus on compound movements. I don't know if I just already said that, but if you want to focus on gaining mass, caloric surplus. Small caloric surplus. 1 gram protein per pound of body weight. And you're going to gain mass that way. That's the exact same thing I recommend for a guy. The only difference between a guy and a girl gaining muscle is that a girl is going to gain muscle at about half the rate as a guy, just because difference in hormones, testosterone. So just is what it is. It's a little harder to gain mass, but You can do it the same way I can. At 18, I don't look like this. Ha ha ha. What I will say is the pictures and videos you see on social media are not entirely accurate, and you shouldn't compare yourself to them because, yes, I'd like to think that I do look good just in general, but I'm posting a picture at a very specific angle, time of day, specific lighting. And I really pick and choose my pictures. Like, I'll spend a good amount of time getting pictures, and that definitely gives someone something to look up to and want to look like, because you see the pictures. But also, you shouldn't compare yourself to what you see on social media, because those are very perfect situations and circumstances. So that is what I would answer to that. How do you balance the gym with your other activities? School, home, friends? Well, I'll go back to when I was in high school. So you start your day at 6:30 p.m. and then you have school until 1:30 or 2. You can come home by 2:30, go to the gym from 3 to 5, and then come home, and you still have like 5 more hours to do work. I really don't think anyone has 5 hours of work and studying for the most part. So I think if you're bringing your meals to school, you could pack a protein shake, you could bring protein bars, bring anything to school. And that stops school from interfering with your meals. And then when you get back from school, you can go straight to the gym. And then by the time you're home, you have plenty of time for homework and all that. And then also, you'll still have time for home and friends. I've never really had a problem not seeing my friends because, well, first of all, I work out with some of them, so that's a way to see friends. But also just in general, weekends, there's no school, plenty of time to see your friends. So I think as long as you kind of divide your time up, I think you'll be good. What's the best advice you can give for a home workout? I've personally never really done home workouts, but I know that just in general, bodyweight exercises are still enough to grow muscle. Push-ups with a slow concentric and eccentric, really trying to work on the mind-muscle connection is a good way to do it. You can buy one of those pull-up bars you put on top of a door. You do pull-ups at home. It's pretty cheap to get some dumbbells. You can get some pretty cheap, pretty decent dumbbells. And you could do basically everything with dumbbells. Lateral raises, curls, triceps. You can do chest stuff. You can do back. You can really do anything with dumbbells and body weight. So that's what I would say. Next one. I love you, bro. I love you too. Naik Raghava. How tall are you? I'm 5'10". What supplements do you use? I use creatine, a multivitamin, fish oil, pre-workout, and melatonin, I guess counts. Creatine, I already said what it does. Pre-workout, I use Gorilla Mode pre-workout. I usually use 1 to 2 scoops of that, and then I'll put a little nitric in there for pump. But that just, in general, helps your workouts. It's pretty obvious what pre-workout does. I do think that using pre-workout has significantly improved my workouts, let me get stronger, because I just feel so much better on it. But fish oil generally just helps your health. No reason not to take it. Helps your joints, pretty sure. Heart health. Multivitamin, just micronutrients, makes you healthier in general. And I do think that eating enough micronutrients will indirectly help you gain more muscle, because feeling good during your workouts from being a healthy person, the better you feel, better you're going to perform. Over time, that'll just equate to more muscle mass. What is the best diet for a workout? So there's no specific foods that I would say need to be in your diet, but when you know what time you're going to work out, let's say I'm going to work out at 3 p.m., right? you want to have a good amount of carbs. I'd say about an hour or an hour and a half before your workout, because those are going to digest and those are going to give you energy for your workout. So what's the best diet for a workout? I think the best diet for a workout is one where in the beginning of the day, you get in a medium amount of protein and a lot of carbs, digest it, and then you work out. And then after your workout, you give your body a lot of food to recover. So you give yourself a lot of protein, fat, and carbs. And the reason I would say leave most of your food for after your workout is just because if you eat a lot of food before you work out, in my experience, it kind of gets in the way. It may make me feel a little tired. It may make my pre-workout not work as well. Trying to deadlift or squat with a belt with a lot of food in your stomach is just so terrible. I feel like you're gonna vomit. So that's what I would say. But another way to interpret the question is the best diet for a workout would be one where you're in a slight surplus with 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, because a slight surplus is going to give you a lot of energy. It's going to help you grow, and the protein's obviously going to help you build muscle. If you're not extremely high body fat, then a small surplus is most likely good, because that's just what's going to be most ideal for progressing in the gym. I need music motivation. I don't know how to help you with that, because I just listen to a bunch of metal music. I listen to a lot of System of a Down, Bring Me the Horizon, Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens. I feel like most people don't like that music, so I don't know what to tell you. Wife Beater Appreciation Account asks, best shirt for the gym, question mark? Well, I would have to say a wife beater. In reality, I would actually say a black wife beater, because that's what I basically always wear. It's just simple, nice. But I do like some Young LA t-shirts too. What inspired you to start working out? A lot of people would say that being super skinny or something that happened in their life got them to start working out. That wasn't really the case for me. I started working out just because I got old enough to go work out at the gym. I do have to be 13 years old at the gym I wanted to work out at, so when I turned 13, I just wanted to go try it. And then I ended up falling in love with just the progression of it and just lifting weights in general. But in the back of my mind, and what I'll say is when I started the gym, I wasn't really insecure, so that was never the reason I started. But right around 14 years old, it's when you kind of started in puberty, your body changes, and I started thoroughly not liking how I looked. Like, there'd be times I'd look at myself and I'd just feel so bad about it. People would make comments about how I looked, and it was just tough. So that kept me motivated to keep working out, because I thought maybe if I kept working, I'd finally like how I look, and it ended up happening, because for the most part, I always like how I look now, so it's really good. I guess that would also fit into the motivation question. The fact that I didn't really love how I looked when I was like 14, 15, 16 definitely motivated me. And also, the fact that people would make comments about me. I wouldn't say bullying necessarily, but people say things that could be hurtful when you're in high school. So that also motivated me to prove people wrong, and I'd say it still motivates me today, because I look back to when I was younger, and I just think about like all the difficult stuff I went through, and I just feel like I need to just keep pushing now and just make that version of myself proud and just prove these people wrong, even if what they said doesn't actually matter. It's just, I just want to prove them wrong. How long did it take you to grow your hair? So I had short hair all my life, honestly, like not even an inch on the sides. And to get this length, it took, I'm gonna say 7 to 8 months probably. How important is it to have good mental health to get where you are? I would say that having good mental health is pretty important, because if you have bad mental health in general, it's going to be very hard to get to the gym, very hard to get up and eat your meals when you may not want to. Some people have mental health problems that cause them to eat more, which makes it harder for them to stay lean, keep the body they want. But so I do think it's important to try to keep your mental health as good as possible. I think you could do that by, I mean, it's going to sound obvious, but going outside, hanging out with people you care about, your family, your friends, just trying to keep a positive outlook on life in general. But another way to take this question is, if you have mental health problems, or you just have not amazing mental health, you can still work hard. And it may be much harder, but I think if you persevere enough, you can still get yourself up and go to the gym and at least show up and just work as hard as you can for how you feel at the moment. And I still think that with time, you will get where you want. And I think you're going to build a lot of mental strength from doing that too. Because putting yourself in uncomfortable situations when you just want to stay in bed, but getting out of bed and doing what you have to do is definitely going to help with your mental health. So, yeah. Hair care. I don't really have any hair care. I don't use hair products, any of that stuff. What I do is I'll shampoo my hair every single day. I know people have different opinions on that, but that's just what I do personally. And I also had a couple questions how I do my hair. I'll try to explain it. I wet my hair in the shower, and then I take my comb it all back, and then I part it where you see the part is. And then I'll take my comb, I'll go through my hair, and then at the ends, I'll kind of twist them. And I'll do that all throughout my hair. That's how I get it like wavy. So then once it's wet, parted, and kind of like that, I'll take a blow dryer, and then I'll just blow dry the back, up to the sides, and I'll blow dry it all until it's like damp, and then I'll recomb it. That kind of like locks it in. I'll wait like 30 seconds, just like to make sure my hair stays how I want it to, and then I'll blow dry it again, throw it around a little bit, and then it ends up like this. Do you have, or did you have any specific diet in order to achieve your current body? Yeah. Not specific foods, but been eating 3,000 calories a day. I aim for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. But foods I do eat would be egg whites with fat-free cheese, some Chick-fil-A sauce in them. Fairlife protein shakes are good. Right now I'm eating rice cakes and grape jelly because I needed some more carbs on my FitnessPal. But in the end of the day, you can really eat. I'll have like those yogurts too, those are good, but you can eat basically whatever foods you want as long as you stay at your calorie goal and you're getting your protein in. But I would still try to limit your sugar because sugar gives you acne. I get acne from eating sugar. Sugar is also going to make you feel much worse at your workouts. So although you can get away with eating the sugar, you may run into some problems when you start to feel bad. And yeah. What is your current physique called? Shredded? Question mark. I don't think I'm shredded because if I had to estimate what body fat I'm at, I'd probably say I'm around 12, maybe 13%. And that's not exactly shredded per se. So I just say I'm kind of at a happy medium. I'm at a good body fat to gain muscle and still have abs, but I'm not really shredded. I don't know what the threshold of becoming shredded is, so I would not say I am. Actual age, question mark? I'm actually a 45-year-old woman. I already kind of answered this, but I'll elaborate a little more. How do you manage school and gym? Because I thought of some other things I could say. Getting your homework done in school during the day is a big thing I did because I would be able to get basically all my homework done before the time I was out of school, and then I wouldn't have to worry about it. plenty of time to see your friends and go to the gym. How long did it take you to define your body? I would say, just in my journey specifically, I wouldn't consider myself defined until about like 3.5 or 4 years in, because I always had a higher body fat percentage until last summer when I kind of did a recomp, I guess. I was eating at a small deficit, like 100 calories, and then I really started working out hard. So I was able to put on muscle, a lot of muscle at that time, while also losing body fat. So that's when I really defined my body. All right, dream physique. I definitely say my dream physique is David Lade. I always looked up to how big his shoulders were in proportion to the rest of his body, also his upper chest. So that's what I've been really trying to work on right now, is bringing up my front delts, my upper chest, because I think those are lagging muscle groups. But yeah, I definitely woke up, and I'd say David Lade is my dream physique. That is all the questions I have for now. All right, I'm gonna finish eating this. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, please. It'll help me out. And that's it. Peace.